Hello, Empowerment Studio. This is Kinzie Elizabeth. I am the founder of the Empowerment Studio, which is based in Kansas City. We are one part boudoir studio, boudoir photography studio, and one part super connected community. And one of the things that we're aiming to do in the Empowerment Studio is create a culture of kindness. Both kindness towards each other and kindness towards ourselves. And we do this in a lot of different ways. We do this through existing in photos and learning to see ourselves with kinder eyes. We love giving compliments to each other. And, just in general, we practice taking up space and doing so in a way that is really kind and honoring and respectful of the people around us. I am going to take out my earring. If you're watching the video, you can see this happening. There we go. They're very cute little dangly rainbow pride earrings, though. I'm sorry, those of you listening via podcast are missing it. Check out our YouTube channel. So anyway, in the Empowerment Studio, we are doing boudoir photography, which is where I have clients come in and they've hired me and we pick out lingerie together. Usually, sometimes people get photographed in dresses or suits or cozy sweaters, whatever feels best to them. And we go through a series of poses and I just get to watch my clients unfold into the space of the Empowerment Studio and I see them blossom. It's a playground. It's sort of this like beautiful, lovely container where you're not having to be all of the other things that you are at once in your day-to-day life. You're not a parent or you're not a partner. You're not an employee. You're not all of these things, like someone who has chores to do, right? Instead, for these couple of hours that you're in the Empowerment Studio, you get to just be you. And I've always said, I'm the expert at boudoir and you are the expert at you. And so what we do is we meet together in the middle and create magic together. You don't have to know how to pose, how to do boudoir photography, how to look good in pictures. That part's my job. And what you bring to the table is a knowing of self. And that's something that we really support and allow to unfold. So that's one big part of our business. But the other thing that we do is we do a lot of practicing and just like how to engage with ourselves and with each other in community, both in our online spaces and then also in our 6-month group program called the Empowerment Experience. The Empowerment Experience is really awesome. It's actually got a photo shoot incorporated in it, but then in addition to that, there's 6 months of working towards goals and having a supportive container to do that in. That's really beautiful. We are in the middle of our first cohort right now. I am loving it so much. We are probably going to be opening enrollment back up for our second cohort in the fall. So stay tuned. If you want to make sure you hop on the wait list to get like early VIP access, you can do that by going to empowermentphotographer.com/experience. And that will take you to all the information about the 6-month group container, the photo shoot that's included, everything. And then you can sign up to be on our VIP waitlist, which means you will get a first chance to jump in on the next round of the program. We have a really good sized group right now. I don't think we can go much bigger. We've got 10 people in this current cohort because you get a lot of individualized attention and focus, and you also get your full photo shoot. So I anticipate that we're going to fill up. And if you want to make sure you grab a seat before they're gone, the waitlist is a great way to do that. So the other thing that we do, I've mentioned online community. We really love hanging out together on the internet. You can especially find me in general on the internet over on Instagram. We are at Empowerment Studio __. Someone's been sitting on at Empowerment Studio, hasn't posted since 2014. If you know how to help me get that account back, that would be awesome. But in any case, so we love hanging out there and we post boudoir photos there. We post selfies. It's all about celebration of body, celebration and appreciating, supporting each other. And somehow that kind of ends up that we end up supporting ourselves as well, which is pretty awesome. And a really fun time of the Empowerment Studio is once a year, we do the Selfie to Self Love 5-day challenge. I don't know how many times we've done it at this point. I've lost track. It has been, 7, 8 times now. I think our very first one was back in 2019. I need to go look that up. We've been doing this for a long time, and every single time it's a little different, but it's always amazing. And what it is it is 5 days of selfies. And through the practice of taking these selfies and leaving compliments for other people and receiving compliments on your own photos, you will revolutionize your relationship with yourself, with how you look in photos, with how your body takes up space, with how you interact kind of energetically, mentally with your own physicality, with what you look like in pictures. It's really incredible, and it's amazing because I know it's selfies, right? It seems pretty simple, but there's some really big, powerful magic that happens over these 5 days. And I just want to fill you in a little bit about the structure of it and like what all is going on because we have our next selfie challenge coming up at the end of June. I am so excited. It's going to be let me not get the dates wrong. Hold on. It's going to be June 24th through 28th. We are going to be doing that's a Monday through Friday, 5 days of selfies, 5 days of compliments, 5 days of taking up space. Even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes a day, you deserve this little moment to focus on yourself. Um, Here is how the structure of this challenge works. So it's pretty simple. And I mentioned this like 5 to 10 minutes thing. We really value that it's something that does not take a ton of time because we are all busy people. We're living busy lives. And I really want this to be accessible. I want people to feel more comfortable existing in photos or even just exist in photos at all, but in a way that's really approachable and manageable to weave into your day-to-day life. So each day of the challenge, you will receive an email in your email inbox, and that will have information about that day and a selfie prompt. And it will tell you, what kind of a picture to take and how to do it. And then it will give you your instructions. You will then take your picture and you will come over to our pop-up Facebook group called the Empowerment Studio, Casey Mo, and you will come and post your selfie in that day's selfie thread. This thread is epic. It's so exciting. It is, day one selfie prompt, and then every single comment on the thread is just another person's selfie, another person's selfie, and another person's selfie. And then nested below each of those selfies is compliments. So every single day, you take your photo, you post your photo, and then you go in and you compliment 3 to 5 other people who have posted in the thread. And you can say you can say compliments like, I love your selfie, or I'm so glad you posted, or your smile made me smile. Or you can give compliments like, oh my gosh, the way that light is hitting your shoulders is just so dreamy and elegant. Or your hair is swooping and it just makes you look very fancy today, right? We love to dive in on a juicy compliment in the Empowerment Studio. And that's it. You take your selfie, you post your selfie, you leave some compliments, and you're done. The really cool thing is you get to go back later in the day and you get to look at the compliments underneath your selfie, and it feels so good. Even who I take tons of selfies, I'll post my selfie in the thread and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you all are so nice. This is so fun. It's just nice. And it's cool because people notice things about you that you don't necessarily notice about yourself. And it kind of helps you look at yourself in a different way, in a different light. It's a really cool experience, and it's literally just those 5 to 10 minutes a day for those 5 days in the week. Now, who is this selfie challenge for? It's for everyone. first of all. Every single person can and has benefited from this experience. Hundreds of humans have participated in the Selfie Challenge over the years. It's just been like, it's pretty wild to see people from all different walks of life and all different levels of comfort in taking selfies or existing in photos, everything like that. But specifically, this selfie challenge is for you. The Selfie to Self-Love challenge is if you are just getting started on your self-love journey. Okay, if you're like, whoo, I don't really feel great about myself and in my body, but I would like that to change. This is a really gentle, fun way to dip your toe in. This is also for you if you are nervous to exist in photos, if you are always the person taking pictures of other people, and the second a camera comes out, you hide, you tuck away, or you grimace because you already know in advance that you're not going to like this picture of you. This challenge is for you as well. This selfie challenge is also for you if you just want to take your selfie practice to the next level, if you want to put some intentionality behind it. Let's say you already take selfies, you're used to seeing yourself in pictures, but you just want to like practice this skill or do it from a different angle, consider yourself in a new way. This selfie challenge is for you as well. And then another group of people who Selfie to Self-Love is for is regardless of where you're at on, in terms of selfie practice, regardless of where you're at in terms of self-love or how you feel about your body, all these things. The selfie challenge is for you if you want to practice taking up more space. If you want to step into your power, if you want to take the next step on your empowerment journey, if you are ready to be seen as your own whole self and not as a partner or a parent or a kid or all the things that we do that are like, if you're like, oh, what's your identity? Who are you? What do? You often define yourself in relation to other people and to the things that you do. But what if we just take up some space as ourselves? I would love to see you do that. And the Selfie to Self-Love challenge is a huge way that that can happen. Oh, I'm so excited. I love the selfie challenge. And this one feels really special to me for a lot of reasons. But the Empowerment Studio has been going through a lot of transition. I've been running this boudoir studio since 2012. We are coming into our 12th year of business right now. And so obviously any business that's been around for this long goes through a lot of different iterations and changes and shifts. And we have gone through a huge one over this last set of years. It's kind of hard to put the language to it sometimes, but I think like many of us in 2020, which was a really complicated and transformational year for a lot of us, we were really forced to slow down. Being an in-person photography business, there was a lot that I was not able to do all of a sudden. And so my calendar went from being really chaotic to like a lot slower, more chill. And it created a lot of space for me personally to tap into what rest and nourishment really looks like. And since then, I've been working on figuring out how that more rested version of me, that version that is more well tended, can meet my business in the middle. And how can I run this business in a way that's slow and sustainable and nourishing, not only for me, but for the people that I work with? Can we create something that is not fast, that is not like productivity based necessarily? Like we can get things done, certainly, but that's not our like top focus. Our focus is how can we create slow, nourishing, connected relationship and take really good care of our people and create an amazing experience, right? And part of this transition has also been like very physical, very practical. We closed down our 6,000 member Facebook group because the pace that was required to run a group of that size was just not sustainable anymore. We moved over for a little while into a private membership community. That ended up not being our best fit for a couple of reasons. Mostly that we wanted to be where the people are, like Ariel and Little Mermaid. And so what we've explored since then is running a Facebook group again, but doing it, first of all, smaller, right? We're not trying to like gather as many people as possible. We want as many of the right people as possible. But we also are not running it all the time. So what we're doing now is we're popping up the Facebook group to do something fun in there, a self-care challenge earlier this year, or in this case, the selfie challenge, and then we'll close it back up again. It allows us to be really present with you all in the Facebook group while it's open, and then let it rest until it's time to pop back open again. But because of all of this, it's actually really incredible. This is going to be our first selfie challenge back in a Facebook group in years. And I am so excited. It's the right place for this challenge. We've done it on a public Facebook wall, but that's kind of complicated because we want to make sure people feel, a level of privacy to their experience in this, right? Like you can see all of the other members who are in this private group with you. And the way that, comments nest, we thought, can we run this on Instagram or something else? And we were like, no, you know what? This is the spot for us in the Facebook group. You can comment underneath people's pictures. Everything about that aspect of it is really beautiful. So I'm really excited about that aspect of it. And I'm feeling really ready to tap into the pulse of the Empowerment Studio again. We've been through so much change, so much transition. And so it's time for us, as we are now, to meet you as you are now. We've all grown, we've all changed. What is today us and what is today you, and what kind of selfie challenge magic can we make together? I'm also really excited to get people excited about existing in photos. It's the coolest thing. Like even people who are like, oh, I don't really like to do that, or I don't know how to take selfies, they give it a try the first day and they're like, okay, I did it. It wasn't so bad. And then the second day they're like, okay, I can do this again. And then they start to catch momentum. And I have heard the coolest reactions from people saying, I hated existing in photos, and now I have a selfie practice that is going to extend beyond this challenge. Or I'd never liked my body and I didn't want to see myself in pictures. And now the first reaction I have when I see a picture of myself is, ooh, what do I like about it? What feels good about this picture? In 5 days, it's the coolest thing. So yeah, take up some space and exist in photos. You deserve to exist in photos. This is going to be a really cool outcome of the selfie challenge. And probably more than anything else, I'm excited to connect with our people. The selfie challenge is just the most lit up, engaged, fun time of year in the Empowerment Studio. And I'm excited to hang out with you all. So if this appeals to you, if you'd like to get in on this selfie challenge with us, I welcome you to come and sign up for the challenge on our website, selfietoselflove.com. You can also find it in like our Instagram bio link and that sort of thing. So you know how to find the links. But make sure you come on over and join us. When you sign up, you will get an email that explains how the challenge works. And then as we get closer to June 24th, which is the first day of the challenge, you'll get a little bit more information. And then every day of the challenge, you will get an email with how to do everything. We're keeping it simple and we're keeping it informative. I want to make sure you feel like you know what's going on. So yeah, come on over and hang out with us. selfietoselflove.com. The challenge is coming up. Coming out of the challenge, we're going to be launching a model call, which is another amazing way that people can choose to kind of take what they've done during the selfie challenge to the next level and choose to come in and do a boudoir session in the Empowerment Studio. So that's going to be kicking off. Model call is cool because it comes with a pretty sweet discount. Good stuff coming. So stay tuned, come hang out with us, and let us know if you have any questions or if you just want to chat about this experience and see if it's for you. Instagram DMs is an amazing way to reach us. Again, that's at Empowerment Studio. underscore underscore. It's mostly me in the DMs. Occasionally one of my team members, Libby or David, will pop in there as well. But yeah, feel free to ask any of us, what this is all about. And if you have any questions, stay tuned for the Facebook group to pop open again. Lots of good coming. Also, in the meantime, if you do want to just book a boudoir session with me, I would be thrilled to have you. I've got a couple openings in these next couple months. So reach out about that, empowermentphotographer.com. All right, I think that's it. Stay well, everyone.